Have you ever wondered why? Even when you eat carefully and walk every day, your legs still feel weaker over time. Why do stairs seem steeper than before? Why does it feel slower and harder just to stand up from a chair? You blame aging. I used to as well. But sometimes, the culprit hides in something you've always trusted as healthy fruit. Let me tell you about Judith, 67 years old, a retired teacher living in Vermont. She called me one afternoon in April, her voice full of confusion. My calves ache every morning. I've cut back on walking, but I eat clean. I'm vegetarian, and I eat fruit every day. I asked her to be more specific, and then I found the cause. It came from the sweet and healthy fruits she'd trusted for years. Once you reach your 60s, the body changes quietly. Blood circulation slows down. Tiny blood vessels in your legs weaken. Insulin sensitivity drops. Joint tissues become more prone to inflammation and swelling. And during this time, certain fruits that seem healthy can actually feed into that silent damage each time your legs hurt. 10. Sweet fruits that quietly drain the strength from your legs. These fruits aren't exotic. In fact, they show up daily on breakfast tables across America. But once you're past 60, when small vessels weaken, joints begin to stiffen, and the body struggles with sugar, these 10 fruits are no longer your old friends. 1. Pineapple. The anti-inflammatory trap that isn't always so. Pineapple, a tropical fruit praised for its bromelain, an enzyme said to fight inflammation. Sounds ideal, especially for those with joint pain or swollen knees. But here's what few people mention. Pineapple is high in natural simple sugars, which are rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream. Combined with strong acids, it can irritate joint linings, particularly in knees and ankles. For older adults, it can trigger low-grade inflammation, making legs feel heavy and sore when standing for long. A real case, Eliza, 68, used to eat pineapple every morning as her detox dessert. After 3 weeks, she began feeling ankle pain while grocery shopping. Her doctor found no physical injury, but when she stopped eating pineapple, the symptoms gradually faded. Pineapple isn't bad, but it doesn't pair well with an aging circulatory system, especially when eaten daily. 2. Bananas. Good for the heart, not always for the ankles. Bananas are known as a friend to the muscles rich in potassium. They help prevent cramps. But for older adults, they're a double-edged sword. Natural sugars plus fast-absorbing starches spike insulin and trigger post-meal inflammation. Lead to water retention, especially in the legs, causing mild ankle swelling, heavy calves, and knee pain when standing too long. Expert insight from Dr. Arthur Lynn, geriatric cardiologist. Older adults tend to retain salt and water in soft tissue. When they eat bananas regularly, they may experience mild ankle swelling without realizing it, making their legs feel heavier. 3. Grapes. Tiny but joint swelling. Have you ever started eating a handful of grapes and accidentally finished the whole box? That's exactly why grapes can be risky. Their fructose goes straight to the liver, which produces uric acid. Elevated uric acid can cause mild joint inflammation, toe pain, burning sensations around the ankle, or mild swelling in the afternoon. Mr. Marvin, 70, shared, I thought grapes were good for the heart, but the more I ate, the more my ankle joints swelled and my big toe throbbed at night like it was bitten by ants. If you often wake with stiff legs or feel mild knee pain after walking and you eat grapes daily, try stopping for 2 weeks. You may notice a dramatic difference. 4. Canned peaches. Gentle sweetness that makes blood vessels cry. Many older adults choose canned peaches as a soft, easy-to-chew dessert. But the truth is, one small can 200 grams contains over 25 grams of refined sugar. That's about the same sugar content as a small soda, leading to strong insulin spikes and inflammatory reactions inside blood vessel walls. Especially dangerous for those with coronary artery disease, high blood pressure, or diabetes who may notice heavier legs, swollen ankles, or cramps after eating. 5. Ripe mangoes, nature's candy that can stir up inflammation. Few things are sweeter than a juicy, ripe mango in summer. Soft, fragrant, easy to eat, and often called the fruit of wisdom in many Asian cultures. But for older adults, especially those with pre-diabetes, hypertension, or frequent leg pain, mangoes can quietly fuel trouble. Why one medium mango has 40-45 genes of carbohydrates, mostly glucose and fructose. Even though it's natural sugar, it still causes quick blood sugar spikes. After 60, your body can't regulate insulin as flexibly. This leads to prolonged high sugar, which inflames small blood vessels. That inflammation especially affects the peripheral nerves in your legs, causing numbness, tingling in the toes, and heavy legs during walks. Mrs. Clara, 64. Once said, "I don't eat candy, just mangoes for a natural sweetness." But every afternoon, my legs would feel numb and prickly, like sand in my shoes. After cutting out mangoes for 2 weeks, everything calmed down. I didn't want to believe it, but my body spoke louder than my doubts. 6. Fresh oranges, a morning boost, not always. Oranges, the symbol of health. Rich in vitamin C, refreshing, and believed to support immunity. But after 60, oranges can become a noisy guest inside your joints. Why? Oranges contain citric acid, which when absorbed can irritate inflamed tissues, especially in the knees and ankles. Paired with their natural sugars, they can cause blood sugar spikes and systemic inflammation. A weakened circulatory system slows blood flow, leading to mild joint swelling in the legs after eating. Mr. Harold, 66, shared, "I drink orange juice every morning, but by 9 a.m. my legs feel stiff and my knees crack every time I get up." Oranges aren't bad, but eat the whole fruit, not just the juice. Avoid eating on an empty stomach. Limit if you have arthritis or prediabetes. 7. Green apples, fresh on the outside. Quietly irritating. Inside. Green apples are often linked with the clean eating lifestyle, but there's a little known truth. Why be cautious? Their sour taste comes from malic acid, a strong organic acid. In those with weak digestion or inflammation-prone joints, malic acid can trigger minor joint irritation. Even though their sugar is low, it can still cause blood sugar fluctuations in adults with slowed metabolism after 60 pounds. Donna, 70, said, "I used to eat green apples as a dessert every night. After a few weeks, I started getting nighttime cramps and numb feet. My doctor told me to stop, and I felt so much better within 10 days. Tips if you enjoy apples. Choose ripe red apples with mild sweetness. Cook or bake apples to reduce acidity and improve digestion. 8. Watermelon. Cool like water. Fast like sugar. Watermelon is a summer favorite, cool, hydrating, seemingly harmless. But that's exactly what makes it deceptive. Why older adults should eat it sparingly. Watermelon has a very high glycemic index, GI. It quickly spikes blood sugar, raises insulin, triggers inflammation in the tiny blood vessels that nourish your legs. Result: tired legs after eating, mild ankle swelling, and fatigue when climbing stairs. Mr. Miguel, 71, said, "I ate watermelon to avoid soda, but after lunch, my legs always felt drained. When my doctor explained it, I didn't believe it, but after I stopped eating it, I walked lighter again." Watermelon can still be enjoyed, but limit to 1-2 small slices after a full meal. Never eat on an empty stomach. Avoid at night if you often get leg cramps. 9. Custard apple soursop. Sweet and gentle, yet heavy on nerves and muscles. Custard apple, also known as soursop, is soft, sweet, and aromatic. For older adults, it seems ideal, easy to chew, easy to digest, naturally sweet. But here's what many don't realize. Why limit custard apple after 60? It's high in fructose, which can cause sharp blood sugar fluctuations when absorbed quickly. It also contains small amounts of annonacin, a compound shown in some studies to potentially affect peripheral nerves when consumed frequently and in large amounts. High in insoluble fiber, which for those with weak digestion can cause bloating and interfere with nutrient absorption important for muscle and bone strengths. According to Dr. Neil Patel, a neuroaging specialist in Florida, in adults over 60, consumption of fruits high in fructose and neuroactive compounds must be carefully managed. What's healthy at 30 isn't always safe at 65. Ms. Myra, 65, used to eat custard apple every night instead of pastries. It felt lighter on the stomach, but after a few weeks, my legs felt slow, with a slight tremble when stepping off stairs. I never suspected the fruit, but after stopping it, things got much better. You don't have to avoid custard apple entirely, but don't eat it frequently, especially at night. Avoid pairing with sugary or starchy foods. Limit to 1 to 2 small pieces, 1 to 2 times per week. Fruits that nourish leg, strength and joints. After 60, 1. Berries, small but mighty blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries. These are nature's tiny gems, beautiful, and among the best natural anti-inflammatory foods for older adults. Why eat berries daily? Low in sugar, won't spike blood sugar. Rich in polyphenols and anthocyanins, reduce joint inflammation, protect small blood vessels in the legs, improve peripheral circulation, reduce leg heaviness, calf pain, and cramping. According to a study by Tufts University UNS, adults over 60 who ate half a cup of blueberries daily for 8 weeks saw significant improvements in leg flexibility and muscle reflexes. 2. Avocados, healthy fats for joints. Steady energy for muscles. Avocados aren't sweet, but they are one of the golden fruits for older adults. Why rich in monounsaturated fats, lubricate joints, reduce endothelial inflammation. Supports blood sugar stability, helps avoid fatigue after meals, provides steady energy without the heavy legs feeling that often follows carb-heavy meals. Pro tip: mash avocado with a pinch of mineral salt and spread it on whole grain toast. It's a golden breakfast for your legs and heart. 3. Pears, gentle on digestion, light on the legs. Pears are sweet, hydrating, and rich in soluble fiber, making them a perfect choice after 60. Won't spike blood sugar like grapes or mangoes. Easy on the gut, cools digestion, and doesn't trigger peripheral nerve inflammation. Eating in the afternoon helps reduce leg fatigue and mild evening cramps. 4. Ripe papaya, soothes the joints. Easy on digestion. This tropical fruit is soft, light, and rich in natural enzymes, ideal for a body that's slowing down after 60. Papain in papaya helps digest protein more efficiently, relieves digestive strain, offers mild anti-inflammatory effects for joint tissues, eases knee tension and post-exercise muscle soreness. Tip 1-2. Slices of papaya after lunch improve nutrient absorption and make your legs feel light as a feather by day's end. 5. Cherries. Uric acid relief and joint swelling reduction. Just a small handful of cherries each week can bring big benefits, helps lower uric acid, a key cause of joint pain and gout. Eases dull ankle pain and big toe aches, especially at night. A perfect dessert alternative to grapes or mangoes. 6. Kiwi. Small, vitamin C rich, and great for leg circulation. Kiwi contains abundant vitamin C, boosts collagen production for joint and connective tissue health. Soluble fiber, supports digestion and reduces inflammation. Lutein antioxidant, protects small blood vessels, especially in feet and lower legs. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, daily kiwi intake improves vascular elasticity and reduces chronic inflammation in seniors. 7. Ripe mandarins, a softer, gentler version of oranges. Unlike oranges, mandarins contain less citric acid, making them gentler on the stomach and joints. Include nobiletin, a flavonoid proven to reduce soft tissue inflammation. Offer a soothing aroma that helps lower internal stress and supports circulation. Eating one small mandarin in the afternoon can help relax your muscles after light activity and ease ankle soreness. 8. Cantaloupe, a refreshing watermelon alternative. If you still crave the sweet, hydrating qualities of watermelon, cantaloupe is a smarter pick. Lower glycemic index, doesn't cause blood sugar spikes. Rich in beta-carotene and vitamin A, antioxidants that protect joints and soft tissue. High water content but low sugar, doesn't weigh down your legs. Tip: chilled cantaloupe after lunch cools the body and calms hidden inflammation around the knees and calves. 9. Sapote sapodilla, sweet but energy stable. It may surprise you, but when eaten in the right amount, sapote can be a great option. Though sweet, it's rich in fiber and digests slowly, prevents sharp blood sugar spikes. Naturally contains magnesium and potassium, regulates muscle contraction and prevents cramps, especially suitable for those who walk or do gentle morning yoga. Eating 1/3 of a sapote with a few seeds or nuts at breakfast can keep your legs energized all morning. 10. Passion fruit. Small but powerful for muscle and nerve health, contains natural alkaloids that relax smooth muscles and calm the nervous system. Rich in vitamin B6 and tryptophan. Support peripheral nerve signaling, critical for leg coordination. Slightly tart, but much lower in acidity than oranges or green apples. A glass of diluted passion fruit juice after a Tai Chi or stretching session can leave your legs feeling lighter, your sleep deeper, and your feet free of tingling sensations. If you've made it this far, I'd like to invite you to pause, not to think about which fruit to eat or which to avoid, but to listen to what your legs have been saying. Maybe you've noticed your knees creak going upstairs, your ankles swell slightly after an evening walk, a slight trembling when stepping out of the car or rising from bed. And you've told yourself, I'm just getting old. But no, that was never the story of age. It's the story of not fully understanding a body that's changing. Over the past 15 years, I've met hundreds of patients over 60, and what touched me most wasn't that they lived long lives, but that they still stepped into their gardens each morning to water the plants, still drove to visit grandkids every weekend, still stood up after long conversations without anyone's help. They didn't have magical genes, they simply chose the right foods at the right time, and most importantly, they never stopped paying attention to their bodies. So what about you? You don't need to change your entire life. Just start with a blueberry instead of orange juice. A slice of avocado instead of a banana. One small decision could be one steadier step tomorrow. If this video helped you wake up gently, if someone you care about, a friend or loved one, has been struggling with weakening legs, share this video with them, because sometimes a single video can be the greatest health gift of all. And if you're ready to take action, click like to let me know you're here. Click subscribe so you won't miss the next guide for thriving after 60. And leave a comment I choose to start changing with, so we can build a community that's strong, free, and unafraid of growing older.